Inspire and Illuminators. It's me, Jennifer Engel, CEO and founder of Inspire and Illuminate, which is me just doing this jaunt with Jen. Now starting to plan a party for the book launch for Highest Possibility States at the end of this month. And continuing to post my quotes, my morning meditative, reflective quotes on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. This morning, one of the things to plan for the Highest Possibility book launch is to kind of almost like write a little article about how I came up with the idea, give little hints as to what the book will be about and things. And as I was writing it, and as I was thinking about the last 24 hours, which is how I think about my quotes for the day, I thought persistence and practice and patience pays off, especially when it comes to areas that are a weakness. If you practice patience, persistence, then over time, weaknesses can become strengths. So I thought about that because yesterday, really a lot of there was some party planning going on for the book launch. And because I was born with medical issues from birth until 19, learning was kind of difficult for me because my body was working more on just physically surviving. So it didn't really have a lot of time or energy to put into learning. And I wasn't a terrible student. I was a C student. But I struggled, and people didn't even think I was going to go to college. I got D's and F's on my writing in high school. And then I became a reading and writing teacher. And to be honest, I still kind of struggled. But with persistence in learning and writing and rewriting and getting feedback for years and years and years, I turned that weakness into a strength. Now, I will be honest, there are some areas that will always be a weakness and will never be a strength. One of them for me is spelling. But if you have a weakness, you can find coping strategies to deal with it, and you can find your strengths around the weakness to make the weakness not so weak, right? So if I think about coping strategies for spelling, thank goodness we have spell check in our word processors. But even then, it's not going to catch like homonyms and things. So another coping strategy, so the first strategy is to find tools to help you. And, I think about one of my coworkers. I think about some of my students and family members, even myself. My thyroid is weak. Somebody's attention is weak. Somebody's ability to stay calm is weak. And all of us take medication to help regulate our thyroid, to help provide focus, to help lift us up from the bottom of a rabbit hole of anxiety. So you can find tools, coping strategies to help strengthen, or at least, make your weakness not so weak. In addition, you can put things around your weakness to help make it stronger. So, for example, my spelling might not be very good, but generally, the organization of my thoughts and my word choice and my ability to take complex concepts and simplify them down or create powerful imagery around, the words I don't spell very well. That's one thing I do. I wrap my weakness in strength. Same with, when I had cancer or someone who has a disability, they can have a team around them, right? We can have physical doctors, we can have counselors, we can have psychiatrists, we can have cheerleaders, we can have mentors, we can have advisors. So when it comes to something weak, we can also put things around us to help make us stronger. The other weakness I have is editing. I'm pretty good at a lot of kinds of editing, but when it comes to seeing double spaces, things that require a lot more detail, I just don't see them or catch them. So I have my writers group edit my writing, and then I have another person who's a more detailed person edit my writing, which makes it stronger. So the first thing is to develop coping strategies. And the second thing is to develop a team or a system in place that can make the weakness less weak and more strong. The third thing is practice, patience, and persistence. So, when it comes to my writing, I've been practicing creative writing since I was like a junior or senior in high school. But I really intensified it around 2014, 2015, when I started a blog. And then I intensified it even more by joining a writers group. And I intensified it even more by challenging myself to publish a book and to have other people help me with that. So this wasn't done overnight. This was done by developing daily habits. And again, you don't have to dump out the whole puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle or more, and sit in one sitting and do the whole puzzle. You can sit for a little bit. Maybe one day you just sort out the pieces. Maybe the next day you put together some of the border. Maybe the next day you put together just a little corner. And then someday you have the whole puzzle right in front of you. So again, in order to develop a weakness into a strength, you're going to first realize what the weakness is. You are going to put some coping strategies into place. You're going to surround the weakness with strengths. And then you're going to put in that patience and that persistence. And that patience and that persistence isn't necessarily going to get you to the end goal on day one. What it's meant to do is it's meant to get you moving toward the goal so that eventually you will be there in the end. I hope this message has helped someone today so that you can use your own weaknesses, your own coping strategies, your own strengths to first help yourself and then to help those around you. Because now more than ever, the world needs it and it needs you. Peace and blessings.